Hey guys, Bradley here with True Outdoors, and today we are talking about turkey decoy placement. Just how to use your decoys, your setup, safety. So it's going to be real fun, so stay tuned. We're going to get some good info. Alright, so to start off this video, I want to first talk about safety because it is the most important thing when dealing with turkey decoys. Even if you don't have one that's that realistic, an old one, new one, doesn't matter. If you have it to where you don't have it safetied or orange flag or something, if you just stick it in your vest, it's not safe. If the head can be seen, you're on public land, some guy sees it, doesn't know any better, it could shoot you or anything. So at least most bags, if you buy a decoy, have an orange flag. Make sure you have that out. A vest, have it folded up behind something so they can't see it. Put an orange flag, something so somebody knows not to shoot at it, and you'll be fine. So yeah, just make sure you're always using safety with your decoys. So I guess we'll move on to the next. Alright, so first we're going to ask, how far do you want your decoys when you're setting up? Whatever you're comfortable with. There's no real answer, whether you like them up close and in your face at 10 yards, 5 yards, just right there next to you. Person who likes to fan, then just hold the decoy. Or, you don't want to be anywhere near those turkeys, set them out, 30, 40 yards. Your gun can reach that far. But, yeah, so distance really matters on what you're comfortable with and what your situation is. If you're running and gunning, you don't have time, just throw it in the ground and sit by a tree. But, if you're in a blind, you'll probably have some more time. So, really, distance does not matter. It's whatever you're comfortable with. So, yeah, just whatever you like. Alright, so now I'm going to show you 3 different setups. One, the most complicated, and will probably work the best. Second, medium, and then third, just as effective, but it's just the simplest. So we're going to go over those 3, and let's show you those 3. The first and most simple is a single hen, either upright or in a contented or breeding position. It's going to be your simplest, most easy to do. If you're running and gunning, it is the best, but if you have more time, probably, do some more stuff. But this is your most simple, totally effective decoy setup. Number one thing you have to remember is as long as that decoy is pointed towards you, you're safe. I'll go ahead and explain that. Alright, so you have your decoys pointed towards you. Why? 2 main reasons. One, for being the most realistic, because think about it this way. Even though turkeys can see amazing, they see it like a human with 8 power binoculars, not to mention they can see a 300-degree arc around their head without even turning. So the main thing is that if there's a gobbler way off in the distance, the natural thing is for the hen to come to him, not him to the hen. But is why you want it facing towards you is because if you have it facing sideways, then he'll think that it can see him, and he'll be like, well, why isn't it going to come towards me? And so then, he'll either spook or freak out or something, and you'll be messed up. But if it's pointed towards you, he realizes that decoy can't see him, and he's going to have to come all the way in and around for that decoy to see him. And by then, you got a good shot and you can smoke him. Secondly, for safety. If some guy comes over a hill and that thing is sideways, he can get a perfect shot at its head, doesn't know any better, shoots it, you're right behind it, you can get shot. So, for safety and because it is the most effective, keep your decoys pointed towards you. Alright, so this setup is great. Breeding position hen, Jake coming in, maybe move that Jake a little closer. This will drive gobblers absolutely crazy. They'll freak out, come in, charge that Jake, and it is a very effective, probably the most effective setup with these 2 decoys. So there's our medium setup. We're going to go ahead and move on to our third one here. Alright, so here's our third and final setup. Really great opening day setup. Have our contented hen here, half strut Jake, killer bee, full strut decoy, a strutter, Jake, hen, deadly combination on opening day. don't really recommend it so much later on in the season because gobblers and jakes will get whooped on and they'll be too scared to come in. They're scared they'll get beat up or something. So late season, hen, mid-season, hen and jake, then opening day, add the full strutter. So there's our 3 setups, and I'm going to run through some tips. Alright, so we've seen our 3 setups, our opening day, mid-season, and late season. And I'm going to run through some tips here. First thing I want to say is get the most realistic decoys you can afford. Because there's so many realistic decoys out on the market. These are the gobstoppers. Really good deal on them. Check them out. I've got a video on them. But really, I mean, try to get the most realistic ones. Is it absolutely necessary? No. Does it help? Of course. So just try to get the best decoys you can for the price, and you'll be a lot better off. And a few other things about setups: don't have them too far apart or too clustered up. You gotta think. Maybe look at some pictures on the internet, see what turkeys do, watch them out in the field, see the way they group. This is probably pretty good. I might have these a little too close in, maybe scoot them out a little bit, but make sure you got good placement on them. And also, don't be in direct line of sight. If you're back there and a gobbler's coming in and he's staring at this hen, just intensely staring at it, and you're right there in the woods, he sees you. When you move or pick up your gun or something, he's gonna bust, freak out, run off. And another very important thing about making your setup more realistic is movement. You see, you don't want ridiculous too much movement, like, you know, it's flopping in the wind or something like that. You just want simple movement, a little bit. I have a Killer Bee here. He's a great decoy. And it's really cool. He's got this little string on him. And you pull it, and his fan goes down like that. Really great decoy. If you want to see a review on him, comment and ask. I haven't made one yet. If you want one, I'll get that for you. But just a little bit of movement. Even if you can, tie some fishing string to this thing right here, so you can go back to your hunting spot and just pull it, make it wobble a little bit. It's fine. You don't want too little because, I mean, turkeys move, and he's coming in and it's not moving. That's just weird. And if it's moving too much, that's weird too. So you got to keep an eye on the movement. But yeah, I think that's it for our tips. So I'm going to go over a couple of timing setups and hunting situation setups, and we'll get to that next. Alright, so I'm going to talk about this one, probably just this hunting situation. You're running and gunning, you're trying to get to these turkeys, you're going through the woods, one decoy. It's hard to pack a whole bunch of them unless you've got those foam ones that just fold up. But one hen will be fine. Really, if you're in thick brush, don't even really need a decoy because, you know, he realizes that he's not going to be able to see that turkey. So he's just going to come in and hopefully he'll be in range to shoot. But it is good to have one. Try to get in a clearing, make sure there's not a whole bunch of bushes or trees to where you can't see it anyways, because then there's no use. But yeah, just one decoy, maybe a hen, maybe a jake if you can fit it when you're running and gunning. And same safety rules apply. Make sure it's pointed towards you. Make sure it's visible. And so there we go. There's all my turkey decoy setups and advice. So there we go. There we go. We went through decoy setups, when to use them, what to use, when you're doing it, some advice, some tips. Hope it was informational to you and that you'll be able to kill a big one this spring. So I think my next video will probably be about packs and vests, but so there we go. That's how you use your decoys if you got some new ones. Like I said, the decoys I was using was the Gobstopper, Hen and Jake, Primos, great realistic decoys. Good price too. And Killer Bee, if you want to see a video on him, just ask in the comments or something, I can get that. Haven't made one yet though, but yeah, he's a really great decoy. So that's what we did, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. So as always, thanks for watching. God bless. Please subscribe.
Lift your head, weary sinner. Rivers just take it down the path of forgiveness. Salvation's